right now.
He did a damn good job doing it.
Surge, even if Surge was on that bitch, he'd be the main one trying to set his Surge ass up. That nigga wasn't gonna goddamn shoot that over. His ass
Those are
been
the
that
best
way.
years.
If he
Those are
shot
the
that
best years,
bitch.
Jay.
Welcome to the Watchtower. All side conversations, please go away. Much like the what do you call that? That Superman movie. It's gonna go away. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and
why are you
girls,
choosing violence right now, brother? Why?
Because I'm angry. That's why.
What? There's no reason to be angry.
I
It's
want
the summertime.
everybody to know Razer products are the absolute worst that you can get
not
for
this
PC
again.
gaming.
Not this again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they robbed the Rick. They charged them $200 for a mouse. Mouse broke. Brought me another mouse. Charged me $300 for a keyboard. Get a keyboard. Broke. Nobody buy Razer products. Please, I'm begging you. If anybody buys a Razer product, you are against the cause of the Plan B and the Watchtower and all other associates.
We get off this.
They are junk, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody that buys one does not believe in the Trinity or Jesus Christ. So those people that
Rick is the Jesus Christ now?
No, didn't say that. Anybody that buys Razer products is a devil worshiper. I'm going there.
So who's the Trinity, Rick? Tell us who the Trinity is.
Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
Okay, yeah.
So that is what we're doing here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, I am very popular. All right, I am what you call a local celebrity. Now, you see, people give me things because they want me to spread the word, the gospel, so to speak. I might not have 12 disciples yet, brother. I've been going too far now, but anyway. But they had gifted the Brown family Jurassic Park tickets. They gave them to them. They said, "Here, Browns, you guys, you're winning. Take this." They said, "There you go."
Forget all that shit. Who is they?
Who is they? They be the Cinemark movie theaters. Yes, didn't cost. Hey, guess what? Didn't cost the Rick a dime. Didn't cost the Rick a dime. So see, that's how when somebody gives you. See, when somebody gives you something, you don't pay for it. Much like things I have given some young ladies over the years, but they didn't have to pay for it. Now, this is
wow.
You asked for it. Anyway.
No, we didn't actually.
So now we're gonna talk. I'm speaking of Jurassic Park Rebirth. Now I believe Parker, the objective one, and I heard you guys talking about it, saying that it had bad ratings for Rotten Tomatoes. Is that?
No, I was asking y'all. I wasn't.
Hold up! I got a super chat, guys. Only getting all these on day one on PS6. Okay, thank you for the $2. What were you guys saying?
Briadios! Thank you, brother. Yeah. Go ahead, man. What you got?
No, they released a rating. I guess it was better than the last two because I think one of them had 20. I think last year they had 23 on Rotten Tomato. Like
one of them was so bad, but we just went to go see it because as a family, that's what we go see. So it's not.
Usually the Rotten Tomato when it comes to Jurassic Park. It's like
someone's eating a snack in the background.
Come on, you know what it is. That's the snacking pastor. Everybody knows who it is.
Okay.
Sometimes, they can have bad reviews, and their movies still do good. I don't know.
Those Venom movies were cans.
Yeah, it usually one of those cases with Jurassic Park. Like, it sometimes have bad reviews. Regardless, it never stops it from actually doing good.
Let's see what we got here. All right. So,
but then again, the movie doesn't officially come out until at the end of this week, I believe.
Well,
second.
I seen it already. So,
Wednesday.
So anyway, sorry. So right now it's sitting at 58% on the right. See, now I always tell Deuce this too when we do this here. And the tomato meter does matter, but it's always the popcorn meter. The popcorn meter is the people who actually paid money, went to go see it, came in with an objective mind, so to speak, that they weren't paid to review the movie. They paid their money and they were satisfied with what they saw. That's the difference between a tomato meter and a popcorn meter. The popcorn meter means that the fans enjoyed it. I can bring up some movies to you where the popcorn meter and the tomato meter were way out of whack. For example, I'm gonna go with I believe it was the Marvels. Let's see what that did. I believe there was a big distinguishing fact. It was some. All right. So that point being said here. So the Marvels, as you guys take a look at the screen, the Marvels had a 62 Rotten Tomato meter, but a 79% popcorn meter. Meaning that the critics didn't like it so much, they said it was okay, but people that went to go see it said, hey, we're cool with that. Ladies and gentlemen, Ty, that woman has graced us with her presence. She's here.
Yay.
So that being said, the Marvels, look at that. See that? The Marvels, 62 Rotten Tomatoes, 79% popcorn meter. There was another one that I can remember. Venom. So let's go Venom Last Dance. We're going to do all of Venoms, actually. So let's go Venom Last Dance first. Because that was the last one.
Rick, you just skipped over the box office.
No. This leads into the box office. We got to talk about. I'm trying to show people because I was going off what I last heard. Jurassic Park didn't get reviewed very well by Rotten Tomatoes, and popcorn meter's not out yet because the movie didn't come out yet. Here's another one that I want to talk about. Venom. Look at that. Venom: The Last Dance. 40% Rotten Tomato meter on there, meaning that the movie is just the critics are saying it's cans. And then, but 80% of the people that went to go see it said, this works for me. The people on the right here, the 80%, they paid at least $10, $6 or $5 if you go on Super Tuesday. All right, let's see. Venom had another one. Let's see here. Venom, what was it? Let There Be Carnage? Yep, all right.
I blame those same people for giving Sony the confidence to make them god-awful movies without Spider-Man.
I don't know if Levon put that as part of the topic. They canceled all that shit. That's just done. So,
no, they didn't cancel. They canceled the spin-offs. They didn't cancel the actual Spider-Man.
All right, so here they don't have a Spider-Man movie. That's just
Spider-Man 4 is filming right now, brother. What do you mean?
That's MCU.
Yeah, but that's they sharing that, right?
You call the sharing.
Getting the money from that.
Spider-Man's MCU.
They're getting the money from that. What you mean?
That's why these Venom movies are caca, is because they don't
have
Spider-Man.
I literally just said that. I said that. Yeah.
All right. Well, stop interrupting me then. So anyway,
oh man,
you got this one here. Look at this. Another one. 58% Rotten Tomato meter, 83% popcorn meter. So two things can be true at once. Listen, those Venom movies were awful, but I liked it because I'm a comic book guy. So I went to go see it. I liked it. I mean, my son.
No, you liked it because of Tom Hardy. Stop lying.
Oh, I know.
That's the only reason you like that damn shit.
It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful. They was okay.
No, it was terrible. You're right. It was
Madam Web was terrible.
Well, Madam Web was terrible. Now that
Craven was terrible.
Now listen.
Morbius is terrible. Venom
Oh God!
right.
Oh Jesus Christ! Morbius.
No, don't talk, Rick, because you own the DVD to that. Don't talk.
Hey, listen, man. I'm a collector. Okay.
See, don't act like that.
I'm a collector.
Morbius is so bad that DVD might be worth something. That's how bad it was.
Bro, Morbius is so bad. I bought the 4K Blu-ray, and they forgot to put the digital copy in with me. Like I was like, I didn't even like fight it and be like, hey, you forgot my digital copy. I was like, you guys are good. I don't really need to go see that. Now look at Madam Web. Even here, she still wins a little bit, right? Look, 11% Rotten Tomato.
Oh, God.
But she's got, somebody's got to put the snacks now. And somebody's got a 53% popcorn meter. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, look,
she's Rick. If you was in school and you got a 53%,
I get it. But
what senior Rick would have said to you? What senior Rick would have said to you if you brought him a 53?
I don't think he's going to talk
exactly. Exactly.
I think we probably get the picture. So
but see,
you can't always judge.
Nope, can't do it.
What I was saying earlier.
Matter of fact, let's go into Superman. Let's check this Superman movie out. I mean, not this one. What did I click on this for? Because we go Rotten Tomatoes. Let's say Superman 1, right? Since Parker loves Superman so much. Let's see. Oh, they got Death of Superman. That was a good movie. All right. So anyway, so let's take Batman.
Rick, what did you rate it? How did you like the movie?
What, Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Hell, I was what do you call it? I was entertained. Like, look at this Batman movie, right? Look at this thing here.
The Batman was in 22.
Yeah. Look at this mess here. Listen, the reason why I say mess is because, all right. So look, 85% of the people that they said, the critics said it was good. 87% of the people went to go see it. So and I think that's how, like, even The Dark Knight, I don't know if that, yeah, it's a Nolan film. They probably reviewed it well. But again, like Parker said, you get the premise. Just because the movie doesn't do well in Rotten Tomatoes, it doesn't mean that it's not going to do well at the box office. Because if we go to Jurassic Park, not the Rebirth, Jurassic Park, what was it? Which one was it? Jurassic World? Was it Jurassic World?
Probably.
One of them were. One of them was bad, bro. It was so bad. You couldn't watch it.
Even with a good audience popcorn meter, you really gotta wait.
Look at this.
Numbers,
look at these. Right. Look at this.
Oh, that was a 91.
Oh my God, these are cans. Well, the first one was the good one, right? So Rebirth, Jurassic World Rebirth is actually a step above, Dominion, which was cans. Fallen Kingdom, even more cans. And this was the better one out of that trilogy, was just Jurassic World. That one put Chris Pratt on the map, along with him being Star-Lord. That, bro, he's getting big money. Look at Jurassic Park 3. Look at this. Lost World Jurassic Park. These movies have never, with the exception of Jurassic World and the first one, done well. And in fact, that 58 is higher than any of them from its predecessors, period. It's higher than Lost World with Goldblum. It's higher than Part 3 when they brought Sam Neill back. And look, so that tomato meter doesn't tell me a damn thing.
Oh.
It doesn't tell me nothing, bro. You know what that tomato meter tells me? We got another $1 billion movie. That's what that tells me. Because, they got all of these 58s. Look at that, 58. Hell, that's a damn Oscar compared to the rest of these. Look at this. So let's take the lowest one. Jurassic World War Dominion, right? Well, let's see if they can give us some...
And that was 23 or 28. Some shit like that.
Yeah, this one was horrible, bro. Let's look at the money that this sucker made.
The popcorn meter was 77. So that's not too bad, I guess. 77 popcorn meter.
Yeah, but people were sick of it. Like, this is when I knew it was bad because my son, who loves dinosaurs, he like, Dad, I don't know about this one. But
I think what's happening is you can also see the dip in the popcorn, though, Rick. I think even the fans is like, yeah, we go watch this Jurassic Park, but how much longer universe is gonna keep doing?
Yeah, well, and it's funny because that's kind of what the premise of the movie is. It's like, hey, the world is tired of dinosaurs. It's like seeing a dinosaur is like seeing a pit bull in a hood. Like, hey, look, we're sick of these things. They can't live only in certain areas. They were just gonna die. So check this out. That movie was $265 million to make. They pulled the rug from under it. They didn't. Some of them joints was $400 million to make. This one here only cost $265, and I say only. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Universal said, "Hey, listen, we put all the money in the theme park. We can't," and it made $1 billion, barely $1 billion, $1,400,000. That's what it made. Like, it struggled. It really struggled. As a matter of fact, if we want to go, let's go and play freaking movie cops here.
What did they do on the weekend?
So Dominion, which was the worst one, we can say, look at that. Domestically, only 376. 376, that's it. The brothers on stateside said, nah, we good on this one. We won't see that. We won't see it. They did, look at that. But internationally, 625 million. And that's low. Because if you look at Jurassic World, the first one, in 2015, look at that shit. It made $1 billion internationally. And then it did 6 and change domestically.
That was back in what again? What year? That was back in...
That was 2015. That was the start of the trilogy.
So it's sort of when the latest one.
Yeah, the latest one. Then you had this one. Again, they were getting sick of it. Look, 400 million domestically, 892 internationally. The international people show up for the dinosaurs, folks. They show up for you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. They show up for the dinosaurs. Now, I know Rebirth. I don't think they got any numbers in yet. No, but it's tracking to do, which is terrible, by the way. For a 5-day, I think of like 170. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, probably
170. That's bad.
Yeah, they were saying that for a Jurassic movie. That's not
for 5 days.
I mean, they said something was. I don't know. Something was going on internally. With Universal.
We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Because things always turn around. So
yeah. So the newest Venom. So Ty said the newest Venom was better than all of them. I would think that. And Brillo said it still made more money than the Snyder Cut. We don't collect garbage. Ty said we don't collect garbage. Hey, Ty, listen. If you can't collect the bad stuff, then you can't collect the good stuff. Everything's not going to be a hit. You know?
Now, speaking on...
It happens. No she said we don't accept failure over here. I'm telling you, it is garbage.
No sense.
Now, Rick. Now, speaking of domestic, so maybe this opens the door domestically for the superhero movies that's coming out and also in July.
I got to tell you, Parker.
I don't know.
The superhero movies have been put on notice, and I'll tell you why. Nobody would have ever thought that a Jurassic World movie or any of those that franchise would open that low. And Jurassic Park kicks the hell out of superhero movies because they don't come out as often, but they do billions of dollars.
I'm talking about just domestic. I'm talking about.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that because here's the thing.
With
go ahead, man.
Dumping that much superhero movies in the theater, bro. I think they did make people a bit fatigued. Like they kind of like overdid it. I ain't gonna lie.
It's a little bit. Yeah, they're a little there. It is fatigue. You will tell. I guarantee you, folks, if the Superman movie and a Fantastic Four movie do not each bring in at least 700 million, there is superhero fatigue. That is a fact. You know.
We know Superman's not doing that.
Oh man.
Okay. Where's my 5% button at?
Oh man. Dre taking shots already.
I don't believe in superhero fatigue. Maybe superhero story fatigue, but overall, I don't think it's
Parker.
Because like I said, let me finish. Did nobody interrupt me when I'm talking? Thank you. Before I hit that button on your ass. I'm just saying.
What? Parker, slow it back, bro. Nah, don't get nobody in here, bro. All right, there are mods in here, bro. Show some respect.
You do your job, I do mine.
Yeah, we'll do your job, bro.
Hold on.
We in here with a podcast, Parker. Don't be muting other people.
Round one, fight. So, all right, Parker. All right, Parker. Go ahead. Tell us what you're about to say.
Yeah, go ahead, Parker.
I lost my train of thought, but what I was saying is, listen. Well, yeah, if Avengers come out, right? I don't think we'll be talking about superhero fatigue though, because let's presume blockbuster waiting to happen once they come out. Avengers Doom.
I got a question for you then, Parker. When was the last superhero blockbuster besides? Whoa! I was about to say that. Don't put Deadpool Wolverine in there.
No, you can't do that, Rick. How
no,
you
I can. I'll tell you why I can. Because you can't do that. Because first of all, I just did number one. Number two, it was anticipation with that movie.
He can't do that. Answer his question, Parker.
No, well, what I'm saying is that was the last blockbuster, right? If we look at it, right? I mean, that was right, and then I guess before that, I guess for DC it would be the Batman, right? It came out in 2022.
No, it'd have been SpiderMan.
No, for DC, I just said.
No, we were talking Ty's right.
The last
blockbuster was SpiderMan.
So
the SpiderMan that came out during the pandemic or right after the pandemic.
The last one.
Yep. Yes, Ty. Good one. Yes.
That was that came out after the Deadpool Wolverine?
It came out before.
I told you why I don't count Deadpool Wolverine because that was everybody pulling Hugh Jackman, begging him to do the role to play it. That's why Avengers Doomsday is going to make money because RDJ is coming back to the MCU. That's why that's going to make money.
Dude, it was still a popping movie. You can't. The whole panel said you can't do that, Rick.
I don't care what they said. I didn't lose a dang thing. Number one, okay.
I mean, you did ask what was the last movie.
I did. Okay, but before I could finish, this fuck nigga interrupted me, and I was going to say, besides, take out Deadpool, Wolverine. Look at the superhero movies they're the whole point is, the Ant-Man was. It died. Didn't do anything. The damn what's-the-names came out.
It is superhero fatigue. Bro.
Yes!
I don't care what nobody says. It's definitely superhero fatigue.
Yes, it is. They do not have that box office like they used to. I think, personally, the superhero fatigue started with the Flash movie. I think that's where it started.
No. That's not superhero fatigue. Listen,
hold on. Let me say this. To be fair, though, if you like, the reason why I don't really harp on that superhero fatigue, it's not like every MCU movie was making billions, right? They had likes of SpiderMan. They already when you take out like do the same thing. Remove SpiderMan and the big A-list heroes, bro, and look at the rest. You get what I'm saying? So even during the hype, everybody wasn't making every superhero movie Disney was putting out was still making billion. It was really like the big hitters, and that was about it. Outside the big hitters, the rest was not touching the billion.
But think about this though.
Okay, y'all not factoring in that there's options now. You don't have to actually go to the movie theater to see these movies. You can actually sign up for HBO Max or Disney Plus, and you can see those movies. That's why people are not going to the damn movie theater, because they can sit in their house and watch on their OLED television and have probably a better experience than they would at the movie theater.
Are we saying that now? Because
what I'm saying is you can't compare numbers now to numbers back then, because back then when superhero movies started really picking up, there was no streaming service. You had to go to the movie theater.
Trey on this one. I'm saying, I'm just gonna slide in and say that I agree with him.
Deadpool Wolverine came out and pretty much feel like it mastered.
That was the one that did $1 billion, 1.33 billion,
and what's it called?
Yes,
that was
they were begging that dude to come in.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is it the hero? Like,
let me give you some numbers, Manhattan. So if you go back to Deadpool Wolverine, right? They did 1.3 billion. Then you go to movies before that, right? And nobody has touched $1 billion since Spider-Man No Way Home.
What came out?
I'll tell you what came out that. The Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness came out. That didn't hit $1 billion. Did 9 change. Right. Didn't hit $1 billion. Okay. All right. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That came out. Remember, the first Black Panther did $1 billion. That's the one that did it. This one did 8 and change, right?
I mean,
hold on. Know why it okay. Then the Batman came out. That did 700 and change.
Yes.
Yo, Rick, you know you is not helping your point right now.
I'm very much helping my
hold on. I got this.
There ain't no $1 billion movies. Thor, Love and Thunder came out.
Don't gotta make $1 billion. Those movies still make the money they're supposed to make. They don't have to make $1 billion.
Okay, not even a movie. Let's go back to Black Panther. We know why it did not reach that billion, because Boseman.
We know that.
We know that was going to put it right. So we know there were other factors that did stop. Like a Batman was a reboot, and people was not too sure Robert Pattinson's right. He's not like a big international actor. But it still did a high number, right? Because of Batman alone. Now, if it was a known actor, we're talking about like a AAA actor, that movie would have probably hit $1 billion. So the actor plus the character counts. Both of them count. Doctor Strange is not no Spider-Man, right? But obviously it still did great. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you put another Spider-Man movie out right now, it's going to hit $1 billion.
Well, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse only did 6 and change.
Let me tell you something. This is the point.
Right, but we also know when it came to the Spider-Man. We also know about the Spider-Man thing with the whole contract with Miles Morales.
You want to talk about you want to talk about the Aquaman sequel? You want to talk about the Joker sequel? Do you want to talk about?
But here's the thing. I'm gonna say this.
Aquaman definitely did $1 billion. The second one definitely was garbage, right? Because they had to go back and cut out a bunch of shit.
Don't forget about Black Adam.
That whole thing. That whole thing. Right. That whole thing. Yeah, I mean, Rock is
You
not
gonna
a
use
Jason
DC
Momoa.
movies as an example, Rick? Of course, those are
No.
flops.
But the point is, movie, I don't know when you came in. I'm trying to tell you that there's superhero fatigue. The numbers don't freaking do like they used to. They don't.
So let me ask you right now. If
You just
Spider-Man
named
comes
good
out,
numbers.
hold
Those
on.
B movies, nobody wants to see that.
Right.
That's
Hold
why
on.
I know superheroes. They making the wrong movies.
So let me ask all you guys right now. If a Spider-Man movie dropped tomorrow, you guys telling me it's not going to do $1 billion?
The last one did. The last one did $1 billion. Yeah, it will. It's fucking.
What I'm saying is,
but hold up. Time out. You're comparing Spider-Man, the most popular superhero on the goddamn planet.
Wow, he finally admitted that. Wait, hold on,
what are we talking about
He
here?
finally admitted that shit. You hear that?
Not,
He finally admitted that.
Again. So what I'm trying to understand is it superhero fatigue or the hero matters? Which one is it?
It's the hero. The hero.
Can I say anything? Can I say
Yeah,
something?
go ahead, bro.
Okay. As a novice, so again, I'm not experienced as you guys are in this field, but as a person that watch movies, I've been saying it's Superman. It's a superhero fatigue. Reason being is this, and this is just my opinion. I think people are getting tired of going to the movie theater, seeing these movies, then they have to jump to go possibly look at a TV series on one of these sites, these services, to fill in the gaps until the next movie come in. And it's like a rinse and repeat cycle with multitude of movies like that. And sometimes these TV series are not a hit. Some of them are. Some of, like Loki was a hit in my opinion. Wonder Woman, not so much in my opinion. But then you got those fillers. And I think that's the issue. That's all I have to say.
So I
go no, completely wrong. Because you don't have to watch those shows to catch up to the movies. It'll give you more insight if you're a fan, but you don't have to watch those shows.
I agree in a sense with what Mello said.
You don't have to watch Loki. That. But my thing is this, Mello, did you go see Deadpool Wolverine in the movies?
No, I had my way of watching it. Yeah, I had my way of watching.
God damn! See,
Just know I watched it when you watched it, man. That's all you need to know.
So shout out to Mr. Moody who just came in. I never saw him before. Hold on, Mr. Moody came. Whoa, we gotta recognize the guest. Mr. Moody's here. Thank you for being here. They said that, Mr. Moody, hopefully he's a Mr., said that the anticipation was there. He said it's because of the two actors. And he said the animated ones won't do $1 billion either. There is truth to all of that. Listen, you can't tell me there's not superhero fatigue, and I'll tell you a reason why there is.
Right.
And hold on, but before you get that, I'm not even just talking about the movies. I'm talking about the toys too, bro. Like the toys are all on clearance because nobody wants to buy them anymore. You're talking $500 figures are now like $350 because they over manufactured them and now nobody's picking them up.
That's not a toy. That's a collection item.
Well, same thing. Toys to me.
I guess the Ricky Brown of $500 is a toy to play with. Brother.
I'm just saying, bro. What do you want from me? All right, go ahead. Take it away.
What I'm trying to figure out is if we can all say, yeah, if Spider-Man drops tomorrow, it would do $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And how can then we say it's a superhero fatigue, though? That's what I'm saying. Because if it's superhero fatigue, then Spider-Man shouldn't, or Deadpool, these movies shouldn't be doing the numbers regardless, right? Because that's what superhero fatigue would mean.
But listen, that's not with the regular. The whole point is because you could have any old movie drop and it would do numbers. You could drop a Blue Beetle and it wouldn't matter. It would still do numbers. The point is, don't try to get cute with the fatigue. You act like, oh, well, the big movie come out. No shit, Sherlock. If Robert De Niro and fucking that other motherfucker that played mob shit with Scorsese drop a movie, people gonna go see it. Even though the gangster movies are dead.
If they drop Blue Beetle, nobody gonna see that.
Because Blue Beetle is not fucking Spider-Man. That's why. He's not fucking Batman.
I think the issue is
then it's not superhero fatigue.
I think the issue is the way the majority of the superhero movies are written, the formula. They're practically written the same for the most part. Just with a different story, but it's like the same underneath. The reason why The Dark Knight was so good was because that movie took chances where most movies don't. Most of the time, the girl's in trouble, one of the main characters, so they're going to figure out how to get saved. And nobody expected the Joker to lie and his best friend dies. Maybe you could just because you knew this dude had to become Two-Face somehow, But the way that was executed, you don't see execution like that in most movies. The same thing with the Riddler. You don't see that level of execution with a villain in most superhero movies. Outside of the only one that really did it in MCU was with Thanos and him with the snap. That was about it. Most of the time, the villain doesn't really have major success that really hits you while you're watching the movie. You can pretty much determine how most of them are going to go.
He's right.
I think that's why there's a fatigue, because the formula that's most popular it doesn't really feel like it's a totally different movie outside of a different story, a different character, but underneath it still feels the same. You still have the same expectation.
Swordfish is here.
Like for example, you know you're going to get special effects. You know you're going to get good CGI from a Marvel movie, right?
Mhm.
But you know you're not going to get very much depth of the movie. That's what I think the problem is, because these little things allow them to be lazy in terms of the depth of the story and the depth of the character development, the depth of the acting. And I think that's the problem.
Well, you righteous guys can actually make a good point.
Oh my goodness!
What about Jonathan Majors? He played a good ass role.
Who?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Well, you know, you can't go running from white women in your underwear and thinking.
I'm just saying, he just said a villain. I just gave.
In Loki, he played a really good role.
Yeah, that Ant-Man and Wasp. Nah, bro, that wasn't it.
Yeah, I heard that wasn't very good. But in the show, he played a really good role in the show.
So wait, let me ask y'all something. So from what y'all saying that Superman and Fantastic Four is going to flop because it's superhero fatigue.
Didn't say that. I said we're going to find out if there is superhero fatigue.
Fantastic Four is not going to flop.
No, because that's your argument.
Wait. See, this is what I'm talking about.
So
I don't think it's going to flop. No, I think they'll do well, but I don't think they'll flop.
So then it's not superhero fatigue. Then you can't say that movie going to do good. Then it's superhero fatigue.
The reason why I say it's not going to flop is because that movie is tied to other movies. People are going to go see that movie because they want to be up to date on the next movie.
Yeah, you guys take the wheel. I'll be back.
Nobody wants to see those B
Hold up, smooth. Hold up, one at a time.
So what me and Smoothie are saying that, Dre, then you can't say superhero fatigue because you're saying superhero fatigue. Then Fantastic Four is going to do good because it's tied to a bigger thing. Then it's not superhero fatigue. Then,
because they're starting a whole new what's it called? This is going to be like the first film in what they got going on. So people are going to want to. They're going to give it a chance. They're going to go see this motherfucker. I'm telling you, right?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic Four is going to do well.
So then it's not superhero fatigue. It's just bad writing. Then I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, that leads to superhero fatigue. If the movie's not good, if the storyline is horrible, then shit, people not going to want to go see it. They're going to get by word of mouth. This is not a good movie. Don't go see it.
Yeah.
The same way that
I don't.
Superman.
Because
so hold on. So
go ahead.
No, I was going to ask Dre. So are you saying Superman is going to do well, or what's your
I'm saying Superman is not going to do well. It's going. People are going to go. Some people are going to go see that shit, and they're going to be like, "This is trash," and then the word of mouth is going to be that the movie's not good, and people are not going to go see it.
Well, the reason why I asked you that because Superman is tied to the other movies, and he's also tied to Peacemaker, Supergirl, all that. I mean,
mark my word.
Wait. Hold on.
He is not going to be successful with this movie.
I'm confused. So you're saying Fantastic Four is going to do good because it's tied to something, not because of its writing is going to be good, just simply because it's association.
Superman is going to be trash because it's lighthearted, it's funny. They're you know what I'm saying?
Fantastic Four not the same formula? Like I'm confused.
But it's Marvel. They're not going to
Okay, so you're chucking it up again. So what I'm saying is that you're chucking it up to it doesn't matter how bad the writing could be, because it's Marvel, therefore it's going to do good. By that logic,
I don't think the writing is bad, and from everything that I've seen in Fantastic Four, I have faith in that movie. Everything that I've seen in Superman, I do not have faith in that movie.
Oh man, where's Parker when you need him? God damn.
No, because I'm confused. Like I would say the movie damn near have about the same amount of like Superman is rating like a typical Marvel movie, right? Like realistically, it's rating like a typical Marvel movie. But you're only saying it's gonna do good simply because what it's supposed to lead up to. That's what the part I'm saying. Like a bad writing isn't going to like ignore
Manhattan. You've seen the trailers for both these movies. You see what Superman looks like. from the costumes, the characters that they chose to put in this movie, this shit does not look like blockbuster material. It looks like WB Wednesday night movie. That's what that shit looks like, bro.
Oh
Where is
God!
Parker?
I know where this is going. Parker, hey,
But where is Parker?
oh my God!
Hold on, wait. Okay.
He got him on 6%.
Let me know when I could go.
If you're talking about
man.
if you're talking about looks, then one can simply be like, okay, I mean,
Looks and then just the advertisement altogether, bro. It just does
No,
not
hold on,
look
hold
like.
on. But listen, Dre, Mr. Moody's got some inside info here. He said he know a few people that watched Superman already, and they said the movie was awesome.
Oh.
like I'm not understanding. Like I like
Superman fans.
I
Or are they regular
definitely no.
Select content creators.
Hold on. I definitely feel like Dre, you're chucking Fantastic Four up to like it being tied to MCU. Because you can't really say the writing is it's awesome. We all know how the movie's gonna end, right? Because if you already watched,
I can tell you right now, we've had 3 Fantastic Four movies that have failed. This is the last opportunity that they have to make this a great franchise. They're not going to fail on this movie. It's just not going to happen.
The problem is what makes you so sure they're not going to fail?
Because they invested a lot of money in this shit, and they can't afford to just be losing money, bro. That we're talking about Marvel.
I don't mean it, but they
same could be
invested money
said
in
about
Captain
Superman,
America.
though.
Like,
Deuce. I agree.
In fact, I can bet you money that Thunderbolt or Fantastic Four is not going to review the same way as Thunderbolt. Like what a 94.
Manhattan.
The Thunderbolt would still have a better writing.
Put it like this. Fantastic Four could fail. It could literally fail, and Marvel will move right on and keep on going. If Superman fails, I can't say the same for DC, bro. They have had one failure after another failure after another failure. How many times can you invest into a franchise?
I'm not making an argument. Your argument was simply what's Fantastic Four is tied to like MCU, therefore it's going to be successful. That's what I'm trying to say. Like by that logic, Captain America didn't do good, but Thunderbolt didn't do good, and they were all connected.
That's
all
not the only reason I'm saying this.
Laughing is the cure is here.
That's just a piece of it, Manhattan. That's not the whole thing. I think the actors that they have, the costume design, the whole time, the timing. You know what I'm saying? What is it set in the 30s or the 40s or whatever? It's different than Superman. Superman looks like I keep saying WB, bro. That's all that shit. When I see a commercial for that shit, I see WB.
All right, now hold on. Let's get to some comments in the chat here because the chat is moving a certain way.
All right. Let me read this from Laughing is the Cure. I disagree. I don't think there's superhero fatigue. I think most people just tired of them releasing superhero movies that feels forced, whack butt storylines, waist swamping, and gender swamping. All right,
that would be
Superman looks mid
he's not
from
wrong. He's not wrong about that.
Nope.
Superman looks mid from the trailers. The camera angles look weird, but hey, maybe it will do good. Bro, I'm in Florida, Miami. Every theater down here is dang near sold out of Superman tickets already. Go look. All right, that was it.
Dark Lord Fusion is here.
Let Parker.
Where does he live? Does he live in like?
He just said Florida.
Oh,
he said Miami.
He said Florida, Miami. Florida, Miami.
Now, is he in Dade County?
Yeah, that's Dade County.
Now,
let Parker.
Well, we got some bootlickers in the mix, right?
Here he goes.
Parker, I don't call you out your name. I don't disrespect you.
Not while we live though, right? But what I'm saying is this, and Ray has been extremely biased against Superman, right? Of course, as anything,
justice for Juicy.
Superman has a better pedigree in cinema.
This nigga was
than
clearly
Fantastic
lying.
Four. It's any movie you should be worried about. It would be the Fantastic Four. And there's other things talking about maybe might be true or not. That me, she, you could be a thing. It's not what I'm saying. It's what I'm hearing. Rick knows what I'm talking about.
Justice for Gabby.
Yeah. But now, and I'll be the first one to say, I'm probably gonna be biased as hell, but for the trailers I've seen Superman, and you look at the numbers and reactions for the trailers, it was far ahead of Fantastic Four. Now let's go to actual pre-sales. Fantastic Four went with their pre-sales first, right? Oh, they had broke records. Once Superman did his, they cleaned his clock, right? Let me tell you how good the Superman pre-sales. They did 10 million, right? Remember, the Batman did 7.5 million altogether in pre-sales.
I've watched
So
my
I think
hands. Don't worry about it.
I think Superman is on a right trajectory, regardless what the naysayers say. Like Dre 6200, you know, he must have been drinking some 6200, right? You know, Superman.
You seen the man drunk?
The Superman. If you look at Superman movie, right, it's like the comic book coming to life. As long as it has balance, I think it'll be okay. And first, I need you to control yourself and go to another room or something. You know, I know your mind, but mind yourself. You know, all I'm saying is this: James Gunn knows what he's doing, right? You know, he was successful at Marvel doing B-list, C-list characters, right, Rick? Would you agree?
I would agree. Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna trust him with some more established IP characters, especially with Superman, right? You know, who's definitely on a Mount Rushmore of superheroes. My opinion. But the next person go. Go ahead,
I
person.
hope
What you guys
your
say?
I'm you are going to get crushed.
I'm gonna say this. I showed the trailer to my wife. My wife's a theater major, and she did like a lot of production stuff. All right.
Oh.
She never saw the Superman trailer till I showed it to her. She told me, "I don't know what I think about it. It looks like it's a lot going on." That's what she said. Most of the time when she tell me it's a lot going on.
How many cameo characters do they have in this movie?
Yeah, a lot of times when she tell me it's a lot going on, the question is, are they going to be able to tell the story in a way that flushes out all these characters and gives them a really decent backstory? Most of the time, hold on. Most of the time, you got that much going on in the movie. It's hard to flush out a backstory of the characters. I'm not talking about what you know in the comics. I'm talking about that's pertinent to the story you're telling in the movie. So if they can't do that, it's going to be a problem.
I don't think it's been a problem with James Gunn because I seen him deal with multiple characters, you know, and it was cohesive. It was balanced. So that's why I'm not worried, right? He has the pedigree. He knows he's competent. He knows what he's doing, right? It's something different. It's some new guy we don't know about, right? You want to question that, but I'm not going to question James. He's been doing this for a very, very long time. So we need to stop this, for one. As a film maker, director.
You see the trust this dude?
I see the success though, right? But like I said, no one that had a problem necessarily with James Gunn as a director or screenwriter. We was doing the Guardians of the Galaxy though. Right?
I wasn't a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I didn't think.
Well, hey man, that's your loss then. But all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this, but I'm not saying your beloved wife is right or wrong, right? I can't. I don't know what she knows, right, or whatever, right, or credentials. So I'm not here to argue that. Whatever, as far as what I've seen, you know, coming from watching all basic medias of Superman
and being biased.
Yeah, of course, being biased.
Rose.
Hey, Mr. Levon, Mr. Moody's got some numbers for us.
The only objective person in here. Everybody else is biased.
All right. I'm sorry, but Superman is going to win the box. Hold up. Can I read
my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm reading comments. I'm reading these comments. But I'm sorry, but Superman is going to win the box office bet for the summer. Superman's at 12.5 million right now. They predict by next week it should be in 20 million in pre-sales.
Hold up. Mr. Moody. You think Superman's going to do better than Jurassic Park?
I think he's talking about
whoa. Shut up.
Maybe he's talking about comic books.
I need to get intel on this because if Mr. Moody thinks Superman's going to do better than Jurassic Park, I would like to make a little Cash App wager on that, sir.
I thought you was gonna say that.
My brother. Hey.
I thought you was gonna say that's Parker's soccer talent. That's what I thought.
It's starting to look like Parker's. You know, but listen, if you think that thing's gonna do better than Jurassic, we gonna find out how much he been drinking right now, Mr. Moody.
Jurassic Park comes out like on Wednesday, bro. I mean, you just wait to Wednesday.
Now, regardless of who does better, I got my lasers right. Pointed right at Fantastic Four. I believe, like I've been saying this, Superman would be the best comic book movie of 2025. I've been saying that. So it ain't nothing new what I'm saying. You know, I just believe it's overall gonna be more people interested in the Superman movie opposed to Fantastic Four, right? You know, and as once again, Fantastic Four is gonna sully the name of Marvel.
I think.
Now hold on, brother. Before we get into
might-
a little more of this Manhattan, is this the same guy that said Joker was gonna do $1 billion? I just need to know. Is that the same guy, brother? Is it him? Yes, it's that guy. I'm telling you.
No,
he don't know shit.
He's gonna do $1 billion.
He don't know shit about movies. I'm telling y'all, don't listen to this nigga.
Who y'all talking about?
Parker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he don't, man.
Hey, listen,
Parker, you gonna let him call your name, Parker? Goddamn.
But I do know about Superman, and it's gonna have its way with the Fantastic Four.
Well,
the Fantastic Four. Hold on, let me finish. Listen, it ain't no real big pressure on Fantastic Four. They got it easy.
What?
Because
it's leading up to the new Avengers movie. What are you talking about?
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Nah, but he's not wrong though, Rick. Like,
listen, you two, all right, you two guys are Superman diddlers.
Hold on, Rick. Can I finish, please, Rick?
Hold on, let him finish.
We're gonna be mature adults out here, Rick, or what?
The point is this: there's no real pressure. If they stink up their joint, it don't matter. You got what? You got the Avengers, Doomsday, and Spider-Man coming out next year anyway. Like so.
Yeah, there's not that much pressure on there because it's not going to stop the Avengers Doomsday from happening.
Like you said,
right? It is what it is, and they just.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Mr. Moody's response about Jurassic Park and Superman.
All right, don't
get your cousin, Parker.
I don't know the cousin, but I tell you this: I got all the confidence in the world in a Superman movie. This is the eye test tells me. And what Marvel's what they've been doing, some questionable stuff. We're not gonna really get into that though. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what the streets are talking about with the Fantastic Four, right? So that could play a part.
What are you talking
about? But who's gonna play the part? Who's actually the leader? Now that's the question you want to ask yourself, right? I'll leave it at that. Now, somebody else got something to say. Go ahead. I don't want to take up too much time, but
I honestly think with this whole superhero, non-superhero, I think it's based on the characters that people probably love. I think that's probably what it is. And just like Manhattan said earlier, if Spider-Man dropped right now, it's curtains. And yes, Rick did make a valid point with Miles Morales. The animated joints didn't do as much, but we all know if the live action joint drop right now, it's a wrap. So I guess it just depends on who the character is and if the people love him. Like, we know they love what's his name, Robert Downey. So we know the Avengers. People are already saying, like Rick saying, the Avengers are going to make a bill just off his name alone. But
easy bill.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of guys gonna be up in that though, so that's gonna be a big event. Fantastic Four to me personally doesn't feel like a MCU event type of movie. Just to be honest. Now,
they're actually the only superheroes on their Earth. I don't know if y'all knew that, but they're the only superheroes on that planet.
What you mean? The other ones got laid off?
No, there is no others. They're the only ones. There's no other superheroes.
Oh, so okay? So damn, that's kind of either way, the big event's coming next year for the MCU.
Right, exactly.
And personally, Superman feels like the big event in a comic book movie this year.
I wouldn't say big event. I wouldn't say big event.
Well, you should if you spend $250 million in marketing.
No, the reason why I say that because it's going to lead up to the big event, like in their Justice League type crossover. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what I'm saying is whether it's a big event, but it feels like a big event. Everything that's being going on, especially how to market it and stuff like that, as if it's a big event. Where you see the on Good
It feels like a big event to you because your ass is working for WB. Every time I turn around, you dropping a damn article about Superman.
I know you're not talking about this.
Right.
Yeah, show some decorum. Listen here, right? I'm not making this up. You see it tatted on the subways in Harlem, right? On the buses in NYC, right? All over the world, right? Singapore, whatever port you want to look at, it's there. So that's what I'm saying. Just look at the marketing put behind it, the merchandising. Hell, right? See, you got it on Ono cars. You got it on Fortnite.
You ain't got nothing but no Superman in Harlem. Don't do that. Don't sit here and lie on my channel, brother.
Listen, you got it.
I'm in Harlem right now, nigga.
Oh, man. He got caught capping. He got caught lying. You lying ass nigga. I knew you were a liar.
They got posted on bus stop, but let me say this though.
hold on. Let me say this though. Like y'all don't think like because this is a reboot of a franchise, so there's going to be more eyes on it, opposed to like something that's continuation to a bigger thing. Like that's why I said like that's why I think Superman is good simply because it's a fresh start. So all eyes is on Superman pretty much.
Does anybody know what the runtime is on that movie?
So it's 9 minutes, I believe, right?
What?
Yeah, 2 hours and 9 minutes.
2 hours 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And how many cameo characters are in that movie?
That's a great question. No, Parker, that's a good question because
that is a fair question.
How is he going to flush out all of the Justice Gang and Lex Luthor and all that in 2 hours?
Those hold on, like those Justice Gang are not like Hawk Girl, right? Or the Hawk Girl that we know. Green Lantern is not Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Like he's not like what Snyder did and what his issue was. He put Cyborg, and Cyborg is a very integral part of Justice League. To just give him like what 20 minutes, you gotta flesh that character out. Most of these characters are not your main integral characters to flesh out because they're not the characters.
Oh, Ricky.
So, yeah, they're not.
What's
They're
the
not
black
your
dude's
main.
name with the T on his face? What's
Mr.
his name?
Terrific. Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific. We've never seen him in live action before. So how are they going to introduce him, and are they going to spend time?
That is a good question. That is a good question.
Oh, you know how you gonna how they gonna do that? It's by you going to watch the movie next.
Okay.
I mean, I can go watch the movie, but am I going to know what am I going to deal with the relationship?
You're being
Clavon, you want to read what Laughing Insecure said?
Okay.
If you think James Gunn is going to flesh out those characters out, I highly doubt it until the second or third film.
Here's what I do know. I can honestly speak from the bottom of my heart. Parker and Mr. Manhattan make me fucking hate Superman. Next.
Wait, please expound on that.
I'll explain on it. I'll explain on it because here goes.
And I would say this before you go. I don't give a fuck what you like, what you don't like, nigga.
Good. You know what? I'm glad because every time fuck yourself. So every time we go and do something and we come up with these, and listen, I know Dre's trolling, but you got people in the chat that make an honest what if. You guys shoot it down like it's impossible to happen. Like you niggas gonna fall hard if this shit don't do well. You too? Hard.
We gonna party.
Y'all gonna fall hard.
Parker. Rick, you can try to hide that shit. Since the beginning, you've been hating on this shit.
Oh my god!
You told us that you literally prayed on the downfall, bro. I don't really give a fuck about.
First of all, I never prayed on anybody's downfall. That's a lie.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah,
not.
that you don't tell. You ain't got no honest. You ain't got no honest bone in your body, bro. You've been on the same boat. You've been on the same boat with Vaughn since.
Oh, don't you dare! Don't you dare put me on the same boat with that fuck nigga.
Yeah,
Vaughn said he wanted the movie to fail. I've never said that, not one time.
Oh, okay, Ray, but
never said that.
That's cat.
No, I never said that. Parker, have I ever said that? Have I ever said I want this Superman? I've never said that.
Yeah, he didn't want to do $1 billion either, though. But I would say this though.
Oh, I said I don't want to do more than Fantastic Four. That's all.
Okay, but people hold up. But people worried about man that fucks up a character job. But the point is this: the movie is going to be based on around Superman, Lex Luthor, and Lois Lane, and you got other supporting characters. That's it. It's not that difficult. If you don't, like I said, so that's what I'm saying.
How is it going to be if you don't know who these other characters are?
Well, I know who the characters are.
Dre,
you know,
but I'm not you though.
But Dre, hold on, Dre. I got you, Dre. Check this out. Come next Tuesday, I will live stream this fucking movie. Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll look to his Discord if you.
Rick, I already told you. I'm gonna eject your channel.
Listen, right now. Like I said, and this man, and like I said,
I want everybody to see it.
No, we don't need to see your version.
They're gonna see you in prison.
And like I said, Chad, he can't hide his biasness even if he tried, bro.
I've been saying, all right. So what's the next topic, right?
All right, so we're gonna talk about a topic that.
Whoa, nigga, whoa! We're gonna go over the weekend box office. What are you talking about?
I put you say that for the last, though, right?
There's no big movie, so Brad Pitt with the F1, a racing car movie was #1. We really want to cover that last. Is that what you guys want to end with? Do you?
Oh yeah, get it out the way. Get it out.
Hey, my
Yeah,
son,
exactly.
They said that shit was phenomenal.
Yes, let's get that. Listen, bro. Black people, we don't do that shit. Okay, if you're racing in the car, we probably stole it. All right, we ain't got nothing to do with that shit. But anyway,
No, speak for yourself, Rick.
Mr. Moody came back.
Okay.
He said, "I think Superman's gonna win the summer box office and beat Jurassic." Oh my fucking god. Okay, Mr. Moody, we would like to see you after the show.
I told you that's Parker's soccer account. I told you.
No, that's not me. I mean, I mean, 'cause I would just tell you that regardless.
Nah, man.
You know,
But
I'm not gonna say.
All right. So tell us about the.
Well, I'm only going with the top 10. You got the F1 movie that was when Brad Pitt. He's a damn race car driver. Nobody cares. How to Train a Dragon. I would have cared 9 years ago when the kids were little. I didn't see it, but it made $19 million.
It was I seen that movie. It was okay. I seen it with my son on Saturday.
He still got a young son now. Elio, they're calling this a flop because because it's one of the lowest opening Pixar movies ever.
How much it made?
Oh yeah.
Me too. Goddamn.
Yeah. Elio.
For a Disney movie, goddamn.
Yeah, bro. Like, man, listen, that right there. Hell, you get more Disney. You get more people to view the damn thing just through previews. Like that is brutal. Like that movie there. See, now this is Disney's fault. I'll tell you why. Why would you?
The advertisement for that movie was horrible.
I was about to say. First of all, how do you release? Disney doesn't know how to pace themselves. You got Lilo and Stitch out here already doing numbers. What is this thing even doing here? You think that's gonna a non-franchise that nobody knows about? You think it's gonna do better than How You're Gonna Train Your Dragon? You know, so this right here was just it was, and the same thing with Ballerina. I don't know what these movie distributors, I don't know what they were thinking about with Elio, with Lilo, not Lilo and Stitch, the Ballerina, bro. Even Karate Kid, he got beat up. Like, bro, like they came out during the heavy hitters. You tell me you couldn't release this out in April? Or Kid, but these movies took a beat. Now, Final Destination, that did well compared to what I look at it, $283 million worth. That's probably the biggest one ever. If you think about it, it's probably the biggest one ever. But that Elio, that is a problem. That is a Pixar movie, bro. It cost $150 million to make, and right now it's let's see what his Rotten Tomato score is. He's hurting.
So, Rick, would you call this Disney fatigue since nobody saw that movie?
I call it Disney stupidity. Because
Lilo and Stitch just made money. So that's what I was going to say. If you say yes to that, then I was going to say
I'm not
Lilo
going to
and
say.
Stitch just
I
made
tell you
money.
what, you can't tell me that if this Elio comes out on a Thanksgiving weekend that it wouldn't do better numbers than what it did now.
It got a 83 in the Rotten Tomatoes and a 91 on the popcorn meal.
Look at that.
So.
And he's going to get lost. Hell, if you guys want to just fucking put him on Disney Plus then. Why bother wasting money putting it in the theaters? If this, you already look at this. Here's where Disney just is just weird. You got Lilo and Stitch in 2,900 theaters, right? You got that going on here. Sinners ain't going nowhere. Thunderbolts is still in the theater.
Wait, Sinners is still in the theaters?
Yes.
Somebody washing their hands.
Yo. Yeah, come on, play.
Oh, my bad.
Hand sanitizer next time.
We can hear you, Rosa.
My bad. I thought I was.
Yeah, that was holy water running. This guy here. So yeah, man. So look, and Megan 2.0. I thought this was a bad time to release this. You know, look at that, $10 million domestically. What does she cost to make? Let's see what Megan cost to make. Let's see what she cost, because sometime I look. You got to get in where you fit in on this. So she cost $25 million to make.
Yeah, make that back.
So yeah, she looks like.
Oh, they already made that.
Yeah, they might. Well, I don't know. Does anybody want to see that?
No.
My wife
I didn't see the first one, so I don't know.
The first one was good though. Well, the first one was a good movie.
Yeah,
I'm not discrediting it. I just didn't see it, so I can't comment on it.
Mr. Moody, he might know something a little bit. Mr. Moody might know a little something to be dangerous. He sounds a little bit like Parker. That's the dangerous part. But he said Elio cost $200 million in the make as well. Yeah, it was $150 production. He probably another $50 in marketing. I don't know why they did that. It's too close together. It's too close. I don't agree with that. It was too close together. I think Disney made a. I mean, listen, I'm not a movie guy. I can't. I don't own a movie studio, so I can't tell you what's right and what's wrong. I'm an armchair guy that gets free tickets. Okay, you know. So
you got one free ticket, and then now,
hey, listen,
now
why are you hating on me?
You Siskel and
you
Ebert.
mad? First of all, I got 5 tickets.
Nigga,
you sound jealous to me. You sound jealous.
Ricky, you really
jealous.
believe that I'm jealous of you seeing Jurassic Park? You really believe that? In your heart of hearts, you believe that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You are sadly mistaken.
I think you are mad because they recognize skills. They recognize that I'm the perfect reviewer, I'm unbiased, and you can't handle it. Shut up, Levon.
Now I know you.
So I think that, you know, and it's all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what that lets me know? Just because somebody's on your team doesn't mean they're rooting for you to win. This is
you're saying I want you to lose.
You didn't want me to have them Jurassic Park tickets.
Just so y'all know, Chad, it was sent to Pudge, not Ricky Brown.
You see that? See, Ricky got exposed. You see all that shit?
Listen, non-text. So wait a minute. Big Bad Vaughn is here. And
Disney just don't make great animated movies anymore. DreamWorks, Sony, animated top dogs. Toy Story 5 should do $1 billion.
Here we go.
Now, of course, for those who didn't know that watched the show, Vaughn is the nemesis of Dre and Deuce Deuce lately. So those
he's not my nemesis. I don't address people like him. He's not my nemesis.
Let's not get the show sidetracked. Let's move with the show along.
All right, where we going, Levon?
All right, so this topic is going to be Parker, and I'm going to let him steer the ship.
Oh shit!
And he got something to talk about this absolute Batman #9, Batman versus Bane. So tell us all about it.
Okay. Relax, Maury. Now listen. Now, Rick, you read yours already, right? You guys put your from Big Rick's house.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read them yet. I had to go pick them up.
Oh. Okay, here's the thing. So this is the reintroduction of Bane, and Rick, I know you might be a little upset, but
that was an Elsewhere story. That never really happened.
No. Well, it's not technically. It's not an Elsewhere story though. Yeah, Batman. He actually somewhat met his match though, right? Because the dude's a strategist, just like Batman, right? Batman knows MMA, Muay Thai, right? He was like really. You
said this is Absolute 8.
Yeah.
You said Absolute 8.
No, Absolute 9. Absolute Batman.
I'm about to say. Yeah, about to say. I was about to say. Yo, 8 is.
So that's a new storyline.
8. I think 8 is Man-Bat, isn't it?
Yeah, or something like that, right? So it's a new jumping point. We can get in new readers, people in the chat or the panel who want to check it out. You know, I think Manhattan might have looked at it, whatever. But yeah, and Bane was doing all this to Batman, roughing him up. He swished somebody's head with his bare hands, right? That was, I think, before the Venom. And so he was doing all this stuff to Batman, hurting Batman. Batman, he actually showed fear, right? And stuff. So that was something like, because Batman's like, 6'7", 250 jacked though, right? And he shot those, those wings that he got, right through Bane's chest. He didn't even flinch when he did that to him.
What do you mean? The things from his arms? His gauntlets?
Yeah,
his gauntlets?
Yeah, 2 of them were right into Bane's chest. He didn't even flinch at all.
Well, dude, Bane's obviously a performance-enhancing drug user here.
No, but you got to But he said he wasn't even on the stuff. And then when he really got to that stuff, he looked probably bigger than a Hulk or around the same height, whatever. And he had Batman by his head, so that was it. So you got to wait to.
I think they wanted to bring back the old Bane breaking. You remember Ricky Brown? Bane broke Batman.
Yeah, and Azrael took over the mantle, and then he didn't want to give it back.
But in this absolute though, Batman is kind of unmatched. Like the dude is a 7-footer. Like this is literally the biggest Batman. Like even Frank Miller, like it doesn't come compared to his. He's like a young 20-some-year-old 7 foot. It's like a fucking tower giant. So they had to do one up with bringing Bane in, who's bigger than him.
Yeah, Bane was no joke though, right?
It's actually good though. Like I think they could adapt this into a movie. It could definitely be like.
It would kick ass anime.
Batman. Nah, it needs a live movie.
Even don't get a live action movie, but I say it definitely would be a kick ass.
Well, did you read it yet, nigga? Or
did you really look at it?
Did you read it, or did you
comic book?
Yeah, did you read the book yet?
Who?
You, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we talking about?
All right. Well, well, hey, here's what I can guarantee you, folks. Batman wins this fight eventually. That's what I can guarantee.
I mean, he seems like the thing with people understand about Bane. He's really like Batman's equal. Now, what I think was kind of crazy when they had Azrael just go and air Bane out was just kind of crazy though. Remember back in the Nightfall storyline and stuff?
Well,
that was kind of crazy.
But but you got to understand that was a fatigued Batman who was fighting all night, whose back that he broke. Batman's not Superman. He doesn't get power from a sun. He's a human being. That's not the point. He was tired. But I'm just saying, you know, Batman was tired. He caught him slipping because he was tired. Tell the whole story, Parker.
Well, I'm talking about absolute Batman #9.
I'm talking about the one where Bane broke his back. He was tired when he
all right, that happened back in the night. We're talking about right now. Batman showed fear, and you know he showed fear, though, right? So this Batman was somewhat intimidated. He was not somewhat, but he was intimidated by Bane, and he didn't even use the Venom yet. But Batman thought he was already used. He said, "No, this is what. Okay, you want to see the Venom?" And Japanese got freakish, big, hawkish, big paws, right? And had it by his head. And so if he wanted to, he could have just switched his head like that. But obviously, you still got more issues to go. And Batman will probably readjust, assess the situation.
I cannot wait until next Monday. We will be revisiting the death of Superman. Go ahead.
Okay, I mean, that happened back in '93. If you say, but the point is, and what I'm trying to say is, the absolute Batman has been the best written comic book since 2024. Right, and going on, right? Probably second to that was Ultimate Spider-Man. So the comics doing it.
Breaking news. Third was breaking news. The Nuggets traded Michael Porter. Wow,
they did.
Yeah.
So where? So who? Where they trade him to?
To the Nets for Cam Johnson.
Okay, wait a minute.
Wow.
So yeah, man. So. Yeah, go ahead and check out Absolute Batman #9. Read the book. Ricky, I guess he'll get to it when he get a chance. Ricky's a busy man, right, Rick?
Yeah, I just came back from a kind of a vacation.
Or not? I know Matt's gonna check it out more.
Well, I like to turn the page when I read my comics. Sit on the toilet with him, that kind of stuff.
I read it.
Yeah, so it was really good.
It's not a lot of words to read. I mean, that's the thing about them. It's over before you know it. I look forward to that. I'm off for work all week. We're doing a show again tomorrow, by the way. I don't know what we're going to talk about. Probably some video games. But yeah, we're doing the show again tomorrow around 5 o'clock because I'm off all week. And after this show, I'm going to be... I got to finish this Doom the Dark Ages so I can get to my damn Death Stranded 2. And I got to still play my Jurassic Park because I got like 4 dinosaurs that died before we came live on air. So I'm in trouble.
Yeah. I want to say. I want to let you know this. So you're gonna see they mentioned Metropolis in the Absolute Batman because remember Superman's pal Bilbo Balowski. He's a heavyweight champ. So I think it's a Killer Croc is like the black is he a black guy whatever, but or something like that. The black one of his friends for the fight Superman's friends for the title. So yeah. So Rick. So you just pay attention when you look at that because you see they mention Metropolis in there too. So it's a matter. Soon you're gonna have Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman linking up, and then they're gonna come
world's
to probably,
finest
mainline universe. Yeah, because they Darkseid's Legion's coming for Superman, so that's all gonna be a big crossover event with all the Absolute titles. That's gonna happen later on in the summer. So be a lookout for that.
All right.
But
so in
anybody else?
Thank you, Parker. Thank you. For
there you go.
All right, now Parker, that was probably the best reading like you ever done. But we'll talk about it later. We actually understood you, and you didn't say check this out right. What do you got for me, Levon?
All right, so I got this G.I. Joe and Transformers series based on Robert Kirkman's Energon universe. It's in development, and the streaming service that's supposed to be serving this or whatever is supposed to be Amazon. And this is a rumor, by the way, so take this with a grain of salt.
Oh, then. If it's Amazon, they'll buy it, bro. So I give Amazon credit.
Okay.
They're using it for budget behind stuff.
And
money.
Oh yeah. And related, the comic books I hear is pretty good as well. The Transformers and the G.I. Joe as well. So I can check that out as well.
Well, we can thank Marvel Comics for writing all of the original 1984 G1 Transformer stuff.
So they skipped the Transformers and G.I. Joe movie and went to
No, they got like some Transformers movies in development already.
Well, I mean, they didn't really. I don't know if anybody watched that Transformers Beast. They kind of already show you that they was already building like a crossover because at the end of that movie, they introduced G.I. Joe.
Yep. They'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. But you guys don't know what G.I. Joe is. You 90s babies. Like, they were...
They don't. They don't have a clue.
No one knows what G.I. Joe is. Yeah, you
remember Slaughter was on there? Destro, Cobra Commander, right? Scarlet.
I was never.
You just as old as I am. You wasn't born in the 90s, bro.
I'm just letting people know.
I was never a fan of G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
Yo. You remember Flint? Remember Cobra Commander threw that snake in his chest? He died in the movie, Rick. Oh man, that was tough.
I didn't like G.I. Joe.
Yeah, see? Come on.
Yeah. But remember when they made Serpentor? Like, bro, that's the first time I ever heard of DNA. Is when they made Serpentor. He was like, that's the first time I ever heard of DNA. It was when they made Serpentor. It was getting DNA from like all of like the top guys in the world that were dead and stuff, and they made Serpentor. He had the Cobra head hood, and that was pretty cool, man. Serpentor,
and he had the snake body too.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that G.I. Joe movie was good. The first one, not the one with the Rock. Every time
Lord, bro, bro, y'all think I'm trolling? Yo, Dwayne Johnson was finished.
The first movie was so good, but he messed up the second one.
He had problem with Rock though, right? He has no range though.
No, he has a weird contract in every movie he's in. They have to agree to this weird contract where he has to be like a main character, a hero, or whatever. Can't die, like so.
When I look at The Rock
is the same in every movie. It's the same character.
He has no acting range though.
Man, he had one leg jumping off of skyscrapers, saving people. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, he has no acting range though, right?
Man. All right,
that's where you look at it, right? So
what you got next, Flavon?
I got this Batman 2 script. It's been completed from Matt Reeves, and the movie.
Can't wait.
Okay, it's now scheduled for October 1st, 2027. So,
and
yeah.
Now, where does this leave that Batman Brave and the Bold? Like, that's gonna confuse people, bro. You can't tell me it's not. It's gonna confuse people.
Well, yeah, but when you're doing a DCU, right? So he has to. Do his own like the Batman, whatever he has to. So that's what you're saying. So they're still working on that.
That's taking it back.
I can't wait to see the new bat suit. I want to see the new bat suit. And
I also have another scoop. Also, Peter Seraphim has read the Batman 2 strip. So whatever. So right there, and we might possibly have like a Wonder Woman. Another probably going to play it.
I'm good on that. Listen. You need to get something.
If Superman is not successful, y'all ain't gonna have none of that shit.
Okay, tell us something. Okay, you got anything else you want to add, Dre? Something more relevant you want to add?
Nope. Oh man, he'll Vaughn crazy. He said nobody gonna get confused if the DCU don't exist. Well, but let's be honest, Parker, Manhattan, you guys gotta admit it does.
Hold on, hold on.
It's impossible.
Hey, Vaughn.
You mean like the Snyderverse, not the
Oh man.
Hey, yo, Vaughn, do you bleed? Yeah, change your profile pic, bro. You still running around.
Here's another school. Yo, so is Adria or Jonna? I think that's supposed to. He said, James Gunn said that would make a great Wonder Woman.
But Manhattan and Parker, before you guys diss that Batman that Vaughn has, that is the nigga that beat the shit out of Superman. Let's make that pretty clear.
We don't care. We don't care about none of that. What you talking about? It doesn't matter who beats who. It doesn't matter. Right?
None of that matter. It's time for Vaughn.
Really?
It's time for Vaun to move on, man. Change your profile pic, Vaun.
Do you bleed? Yeah, that was funny. You will. So, all right, Levon, what do you got for me?
All right, so Superman reportedly opens with a Star Wars inspired crawl that explains the new DCU.
All right, motherfucker. You can enlighten us besides saying
That's
motherfucker.
Pretty much it. I mean,
Can you read that?
because they use title
Jesus.
cards.
Parker, can you handle this,
stuff like
please?
that.
Fucking Levon cats. Can you?
I mean, yeah, what they saying, like, if they do have like, but you talk about MCU, but you seen even that stuff with the Guardians of the Galaxy has stuff like that though, right? So come on, like Star Wars.
Here's what I Here's what I wonder about Superman. Since James Gunn is doing it, will they have good licensed music in it, like those Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh yeah,
That's a good question.
Well, they had good licensed music. Come and get your love. Like that was like there's some things that was great.
I mean, no, I mean they go ahead that.
Huh? Can WB afford that? No, have you seen the Warner Brothers music? Like they own all the Prince's shit. They're good. What are you talking about?
Like,
hell, Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owns all of that Prince stuff.
When it comes to music, Warner Brothers do have some.
They own, bro. All of that stuff they played in their movies. They own that music. All that, like when you see the Justice League, Icky Thump, and all of that stuff. That's Warner Brothers music. So yeah, they'll find some stuff to play. You know, I'm pretty sure they'll.
Now, as far as the score, I don't doubt the score is gonna go.
Oh well, he already used John Williams. What's the name in the trailer? So
yeah. And somebody else they got too. Yeah, but it fits with the movie though, right? Yeah. But see, like you said, when you got known biased people in the chat, you don't give them too much attention.
Oh man,
right?
Come and get your love. He made some good stuff.
Here's my concern with this whole thing.
Oh, go ahead, Blake.
He has somewhere he's going to introduce this. I hope it's not a bunch of just talking, because that's going to be really lazy. So. But apparently, it's not the whole Star Wars crawl. Some people described it that way. Title cards, I don't know. I just got a feeling it's just not going to be introduced that well. It's not enough time, in my opinion.
I agree with you
from the very beginning. And if what we're reading here is true,
Parker Manhattan
introduction of these characters sounds rushed.
I just agree.
I know one thing: I no damn monkeys on the internet on
it. You can disagree with me, but we're sitting here reading it, and according to pre-screens, the way they're doing the introduction title cards, like they're trying to frame the universe, but it seems like it's not really going to be done through storytelling. It's going to be done through voiceover or cards or something like that.
Okay, well, I'll let you know because I'll be seeing the movie. Ricky Brown will see the movie next week.
You didn't say I wasn't going to see the movie, but we're not asking about what you're going to see when it comes out. We're asking about your opinion.
I can't speak on something.
We were looking at today's Watchtower, brother. We're not talking about viewing the movie. We're talking about expectations.
My expectations is great. I don't know what your expectations are. Hey,
we asking you about what's on the screen right now.
Okay, on the screen, what? Take it with a grain of salt, Levon. Let's wait and see, right? That's what Levon would say.
You don't think nothing.
Speaking of which,
we're trying to get out and answer the question.
Oh, like we go fine.
All right, Levon. What else you got?
All right, let's go on to the next topic here. It's going to be a new MCU project for Thor here, and the title is called Thor Quest, and that's pretty much all I have for that. And this is just a rumor, so take this with a grain of salt.
Hold on. Who's snoring? Yo. Who's snoring in my ear?
I don't.
Mellow up, man, bro. You tired, man. You gotta do your job.
Overnight shift.
I am trying to. I'm trying to. But yeah, anyone thoughts on the rumored title here? Anyone?
Oh, well, here's what I have. Hold on. I would say this. I think they're gonna kill off Thor though. If you in this, so I think that's what they're gonna do.
They're not doing that. They're gonna kill him to do what?
There's been talk about doing that.
Yeah,
but that's in Doomsday though. Like.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I mean, overall, I think that's what's going to happen with the Thor. They're going to do something major, though. So I think he might get the axe, literally.
I mean, they already killed Thor, though. Not this Thor, but the Lady Thor. They already killed Thor, so...
Did he get killed in the comic book as well? I mean, they might kill him in a movie, though, so...
I know what you're saying.
These characters don't stay there. So the Avengers Doomsday, it's set that he's going to die. Doom is going to kill Thor, so supposedly that's... Because he put out, what's his name? The dude that plays Thor had put out like on his, I think, Instagram saying, telling the fans, thank you, X, Y, and Z. It was nice, being Thor. Blah, blah. People were like, wait, what the fuck? Like, why is he saying that? So people just speculating. Yeah, people just speculating. Yeah, his character is going to get killed off. So.
All right.
All right, so let's talk about the Spider-Man 4. It may have another MCU hero returning or heroes returning. The Punisher and the Savage Hulk.
Yeah,
that's neat.
All right, cool. Here we go.
Yeah,
how they gonna pull the Savage Hulk off though? Because they already made him Professor Hulk.
I don't know.
That's what I'm interested in seeing.
Maybe he's gonna get bit by one of those vampires Parker likes.
Yeah, another thing is if Punisher is rated R, so they by virtue they just gonna tone him down in this movie then, because it's the same character. So how does that work? So
don't have a gun instead of a real one.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense because I'm like the dude kills in his own show, so and Spider-Man's supposed to be kid friendly.
Well, remember, Manhattan, they had Daredevil, and Daredevil's rated mature, and he was in Spider-Man, so I guess it's the same. It's the same thing.
No, I mean, yeah, but that Daredevil I'm talking about action wise. Like it looks like Punisher is going to have more airtime. So Daredevil we just got to see Matt Murdock as a lawyer, but this Punisher is supposed to have way more screen time. So I'm talking about in terms of action, because he doesn't share the same type of moral like Peter Parker. So
no, not at all.
Yep, Deputy tell you that.
Take this out, right?
Do your job, Rick. Be quiet.
That's the only thing. But I think they'll depending on the story. I mean, they'll get it.
Boy, here we go.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, I got something for this.
all right, y'all. All right. So James Gunn says the DCU will be like Game of Thrones, the book Game of Thrones. Yeah, the book. Not just a show.
Well, I didn't really read the book.
They're using it as a reference for the DCU.
That shit gonna be like
DCU is not the DCU. the MCU is kind of our world. It has New York. It has this city, that city, with superheroes in the middle. The DCU is a different universe, slightly different, slightly transformed, and fans shouldn't expect a Marvel-style copy and paste job with more aliens, brighter colors, and a Gotham skyline. Gunn is interested in turning the DCU into a comedy franchise with superheroes. He's thinking long-term with mythic arcs, awesome locations, and characters whose stories unfold over years in different worlds.
I believe that if you want.
He also draw a lot of inspiration from Star Wars, Games of Thrones, and other stories to build different narratives.
Scroll the page down so I can read what he's reading.
Within the same continuity.
Yeah, how much caffeine this joke had?
It's not just about telling one story. That's just what Gunn continued to say. But yeah, how do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel?
I mean, he's trying to talk that into existence. He basically he's trying to hype people up to go see the movie.
I probably have to relook at it and make sure I ain't reading that context. Yeah,
I don't really care, bro.
He's hyping people up.
I want to get some nice shows and movies out of it. Okay.
Well, he's saying he's not trying to.
Parker, you're gonna have to. Tell Parker he's gonna have to unmute me if we're gonna talk because he's gonna be talking over top of me if I don't know.
Do you bleed? Yes or no? Parker want to know if you bleed or not. Do you bleed?
No, that's stupid. That's stupid though for him to whatchamacallit.
You bleed.
Parker.
Hey, Rick.
Parker. Unmute Vaughn.
Unmute Vaughn.
Podcast.
You gotta.
I don't know. I'm mute. He's not mute. I see his mic moving.
He keep over talking. He didn't mute anybody. He just got people on 6%. So, yeah, but it's gonna sound crazy though.
Here's the thing.
Hey, that's weird, Parker.
He's saying he's not trying to turn this into a comedy franchise with superheroes.
Yeah, he is with Superman.
Now I looked at that clip where Superman knocked down the door and he come in there looking for his dog. I never took that scene seriously because they not in there taking it serious. Luther's not taking it seriously.
He talking when he mumble ugly dog.
Yes, he in there making jokes when he holding the coffee. Like The guy's on the window. Ah! He don't really look scared to me. The chick sitting here recording. Luther looks unbothered. Now, obviously, it's probably reasons why. However, that was comedic to me. That at least he was trying to make that scene comedic. All right. I don't see a consistency between what I'm seeing here and some of what I've seen. Like, I doubt he's not going to have. I already can feel it. I'm gonna go to the movie. It's gonna be some seriousness, and it's gonna be a sly joke here for comedic relief.
Yeah, to kill all the tension.
Yeah, it's gonna kill all the tension for a moment. It's gonna break the immersion because that's what the MCU was like, and I already see strands of that in this movie.
Hey, Rose, the perfect example is, in the trailer when they show Superman in the snow coughing up blood.
Yeah,
the actual clip of that shows fucking Crypto jumping on him and him screaming. It takes all the tension away from him being hurt.
Exactly. So he's sitting there saying it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be a full-fledged comedy, obviously. But I think the thing he's getting at is not like seeing some of the comedic stuff we saw in the MCU, but he's already showed that in the trailers he's put out.
And in a reaction to the movie, people are calling this Superman 2 on steroids. And that's a goofy-ass movie.
So what am I to expect? Like, I expect the same format, and we talked about superhero fatigue earlier, right? This is the type of thing that makes people stop tired of watching superhero movies right here. Because they can't take them seriously. Because in the moments where they should, they throw something in there to make it lighthearted and palatable, whatever words they want to use. It breaks the immersion, and then it's just like the next superhero movie. That's why Batman keeps knocking it out the park every time, because they don't do stuff like this. All right, the last Batman didn't do stuff like this. The Dark Knight trilogy didn't do stuff like this. That's why people love them movies, because when they make a serious film, the audience takes it seriously, and then they don't just move on to the next thing and just lighten it up real sudden. That's what I see coming with this movie. Is it going to do well? It's going to do okay because it's Superman, but I don't think it's going to knock it out of the park. I think it's going to be an average movie.
Do you bleed?
Yes, I do bleed. All right, and I'm not bleeding Kryptonian. All right,
I've never heard him this passionate on the Watchtower before. God damn.
Oh man.
I do have a lot of passion around breaking immersion. That's why I don't like MCU that much, because I get into it and then they do something to just take all the seriousness out of the moment, and I'm just like, what was the point of building this up for the past 45 minutes to an hour, and then when we get there, you break all the immersion.
This is an American that does not put up a Christmas tree in his living room, so take what he says with a grain of salt. I'm just saying. Okay? All right? I know how to take care of him. Here comes Santa Claus.
I'm doing all the articles. So let's talk about this Ironheart, shall we?
Let's talk about that goatee, that Ironheart. All right.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It's not bad. Let me say this. Ironheart. The review bomb was not was not warranted, right? I mean, could they have been better? Yes. Is it god awful? Like they try to cat? No, it's not god awful. It's watchable. Yes. Like I'm gonna be honest, it's watchable. Yeah, like all the review bombs, like a lot of them haven't even watched it. They just bombed
this guy, and I'll just say, long fingernails kind of rubs the Rick the wrong way. Pause.
Listen. Yeah. I mean, look. Yeah. I mean, I was not. That's why I was disappointed once again. You know,
we are only talking about episode 1, right? Because
once again,
this is episode 1. We're just talking episode 1. Okay. So
we're talking about episode 1. Yeah. Yes.
All right. So here's what I don't understand. So there are plot holes here. They do mention Stark a lot here, and I thought originally when I heard about this series,
thought it was stupid.
They said that Tony was going to be her AI. That she was going to do.
No. That's in the comics. No.
I know, but they talked about it. They said he's going to make his return to the MCU by being the AI in Ironheart. I'm like, oh, okay. But
I didn't hear that at all. I know he is in the comics. Not in the show.
Why do you think I was excited for the show? I was like, oh, fucking Stark's back, but didn't happen. All right, I don't know, whatever. But it's cool. Hey, look, I'll take a black actress trying to make some money over anything. No, that's not my problem with it. My problem with the first episode, there were so many plot holes. Like, you're not leaving MIT with an Iron Man suit as easy as she did. You're not doing that. Like, you just gotta, I mean, that's kind of the goofy shit that we was just talking about. Bro, you remember when Hammer was trying to make Justin Hammer, I think his name is, he was trying to make Iron Man suits and all this other stuff. And I get it. She's smart. She just made one. Bro, there would be so much security that she couldn't leave that building with that suit. To me, that was one of the letdowns of her just being able to walk around, put something in her back.
But one of the students explained it. But if you, I don't think you remember, one of the students said when she was leaving, she built that with her own money.
Cool,
So
but it doesn't matter. I heard that. Yeah,
of course it matters. What are you talking about?
No, you
Of course it
can't.
matters.
But she built it on the goddamn school grounds.
With
You
her
can't take
money.
it.
With her money.
But you're
Rick.
not
She was
supposed to be able. Okay, then why? All right, you got it, brother. You got it.
I'm trying to explain to you. They literally
You can
told us
explain-
why she was
listen,
leaving.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
It sounds like you just want some more realism.
I don't know if
You
you've seen episode 1 or 2 or 3, but it gets better.
I mean, damn.
Hey Ricky, Ricky, are you finally asking, man, for Marvel to put some more realistic shit in these movies?
Yes, right there, bro. You're not just
And
walking out.
shows?
Bro,
Okay, I understand.
that suit can cause a fucking war. And you just let him walk out of the goddamn school with it like it's a goddamn lunchbox. Like, come on, that's not how it works.
Hey Ricky, can I ask you, what does the show
It belongs to her, Rick. I don't understand what you.
What does the show
what are you
lead
upset
to?
about?
To be fair, the military already got like iron suits at this point.
Not that
They have,
suit.
You know,
The military likes to control
no, they have
things. They don't have her
yeah,
suit.
but they have War Machine and and others at that point.
Hey Ricky, what does this show lead to? Like, is it like a purpose to the show?
Do
lead to anything?
You didn't watch?
We won't
you didn't watch
find
Black
out.
Panther, nigga?
But what's the purpose of this show specifically, though?
I mean, it just connected, like
It's a
like,
connect.
her side of the
Let's call
story
it what it
after
is,
Black
and
Panther.
let's be
It doesn't-
nice.
it doesn't-
It's
it
a
doesn't
filler.
really- yeah,
It's
no,
a
but
filler.
I'm
So
explaining.
it's just a show that don't equate to nothing important, basically.
Yeah, it's just on the MCU, but it's not. It doesn't connect to like. You don't watch it for like, oh shit, well, what does this lead to? It's just like whatever. I guess she was out doing her own thing. You get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't really lead to like a major event or anything.
I thought it was. Oh my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, this does connect. I'm sorry, y'all. This does connect to a bigger universe. If y'all are paying attention,
only Black
Hawkeye-
Panther. Black Panther's the only.
No, hold on, Rick. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is basically going to be the Young Avengers. Because if you notice, they have Hawkeye, the girl Hawkeye. They got Miss Marvel. They got Speed from the show Parker Like. I can't remember that show. Fuck was that? Agatha. And now they got what they're doing is, and they got Ant-Man's daughter. So they're actually building a Young Avengers right before our eyes. So this will lead to that later on.
But didn't they scrap that shit already?
No, they didn't. They did not.
I mean, that's going to fail just like fucking Thunderbolt.
I mean, I'm not saying it won't fail. I'm just telling you what's the purpose of the show. Everybody's gonna have a place.
Hey man, if this is Avengers movie, man, we need a clean break.
Wait, yeah, hold on. I thought they did cancel the Young.
No, not yet.
Well, it's not in development now. I think it's pretty much canceled.
But that's the reason why it's not in development, because they need all of these characters to be on screen first.
I told you
but
what
they're
they
not taking
needed to
off.
do, Deuce, to make this Young Avengers jump off. And
Say it again?
Say
again?
You know what they need to put in there if they want this Young Avengers to pop off. They got to put Miles
I know,
Morales.
but then
They got to put Miles Morales.
But here's the problem with that. Sony already said they're not doing live action until the animated joint is done. Sony or Amy, whatever her name is, already said that. So I don't know when that's supposed to happen.
Oh man, I listen. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So basically a wait and see, basically.
Yeah, I don't know how long we wait, but yeah.
After these Avengers movies, man, they need to just reboot everything, man. Stop, like, they just gotta let this story shit go, man. This multiverse the worst shit to happen in superhero movies.
You know what's funny though? You know what's funny? The Ultimate Universe will be a lot better, but I think Disney got so accustomed to doing shit this way, they wouldn't take that type of chance to like do like an Ultimate Universe, because
they don't make risky movies. None of these companies make risky movies anymore.
Yeah, because the Ultimate Universe would definitely require a lot of risk. But I don't think Disney would do that.
You know what we fire? And James Gunn to get credit for me if he did a Crisis movie.
Say again? I didn't hear what you said.
If James Gunn did a Crisis movie. You know,
stay away from that,
will,
bro.
but it's too early.
First, just stay away from Crisis. That shit is way too convoluted. Like, nobody's ever going to get that Crisis story right. There's a lot going on in Crisis. Like,
think about it though. In that Crisis movie, you would get the Affleck Batman, you would get the Keaton Batman, you would get the Batman from the guy that Parker likes from the fucking the vampire shit.
I think they burned too many bridges. I think Warner Brothers burned too many bridges.
I
mean,
like the
Ricky Brown is not wrong because the Flash is to get out the jail free card with that shit. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's the one character that can literally make all that happen.
Fire, bro. You could
you reboot the Flash, you reboot the Flashpoint, and boom, you literally can connect whatever fucking universe you want.
What happens to solo superhero movies? Seems like every superhero movie is a team up movie now.
Or Booster Gold.
They literally just did a Captain America movie. What are you talking about?
Didn't he have other heroes in it?
They just had his sidekick. That's it.
But yeah, Hawk was in it too.
Nah, yeah, Taskmaster, the female Taskmaster.
They killed her, thank God.
Wait, in Captain? No, she wasn't in Captain America. I'm not talking about Thunderbolts. I'm talking about Captain America. No, I'm not talking about Thunderbolts. I'm talking about Captain America.
Like, what else? What else? A team up? Spider-Man, another team up movie. Like, when they gonna make a solo Spider-Man movie again? Like, all his movies got a bunch of other characters in it.
Yeah, they did not. I don't think they ever make a solo Spider-Man.
They're not.
I don't think they even know what to do with a solo Spider-Man.
They're making these solo Venom movies, and they are terrible because they don't have Spider-Man. Like, that's imagine bro. That is horrible. Not putting Spider-Man in those movies. That fucks up.
I blame y'all because all of y'all bigging up Venom, and that's the reason why they doing it. They say, "Oh, we make so much money off of Venom because of y'all."
But let's be honest
here. I'm sorry, man.
I guarantee you, half of the audience goes to.
We love Venom because of Tom Hardy. That's why.
Hold on, people go there probably thinking Spider-Man is going to show up.
No, the people just like the Venom movies.
You know, people.
Trash. All them trash.
Well, again, we went over beginning of the show.
They are trash, but
the Rotten Tomatoes said they're trash, but the audience score is what?
Yeah, they love them. They love them.
Exactly. They're goated.
I blame all of y'all, man.
Hey, bro, listen.
Movies
I told you that's why when the Jurassic Park, when y'all made emphasis that Jurassic Park had bad Rotten Tomatoes, but by the way, the third best Rotten Tomatoes in a whole damn franchise. I said, bro, it doesn't matter. It's still doing $1 billion. Still. Bro, listen, maybe there's enough room for $2 billion movies this summer. I don't know. But is it Lilo and Stitch and Jurassic? Is it Jurassic and one of the superhero movies?
I mean, sure. Didn't Barbie and Mario do $1 billion each?
Yes, they did. Yeah, you usually get two.
In the same year.
Yeah, two movies usually make the billy. Iron Man 3 did with, what's the name? Made $1 billion. Iron Man 3 and the, what was the other one?
No, that movie was trash, though, Rick. Iron Man 3 wasn't that good.
Iron Man 3 that was a Tony Stark movie, bro.
Every band, not most of the MCU movies wasn't that good. They just got it's hype around them.
Best MCU movie to this day, to me, is the Civil War. That was the best one.
I disagree. Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier was dope. Civil War was dope. Black Panther was dope. Endgame was dope.
Best one, Infinity War. That was probably the best one.
All right, I'm doing all the topics, so.
All right. Well, I gotta go cook on the grill. I'm off for work this week, so I'm gonna go play Doom and Dark Ages, and I'm gonna play
I would say this though, like now that they got this motherfucker Sentry, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out like how does MCU move forward, bro. I don't think people understand. Like, adding Sentry was not a good thing in that universe. Because he's so like it's like there's never going to be any threat. I'm sorry, like unless they find a way to get rid of him,
you can bury him like they did Adam Warlock. You never saw him again.
But he rebuild himself back over. So
can I say two things?
They say Superman's overpowered. He's extremely overpowered. Like I'm just saying though.
Hold on, answer my question. Do you bleed, nigga?
How do you keep asking me that?
Answer the question.
What is you? If you referencing the Batman shit, you referencing?
Yeah.
Just ask the question.
What's wrong with that line?
Are
y'all gonna be consistent? Are y'all gonna be consistent if this movie don't perform like y'all been marketing this movie in multiple discounts?
I'm just muting you, nigga, across all servers.
I'm just saying this movie is never going to be the biggest movie of the summer. It's Lilo and Stitch.
I'm not saying it's the biggest move. I said it's going to be. I just said it's going to be successful.
But the way y'all say people are hyped for, and this for not to be the biggest movie of the summer is a fucking L. There's no way you can spin that. There's no way you can spin that. Superman,
for it.
Superman should be making more money. Should make more money than How You Train Your Dragon and Lilo and Stitch. Y'all say everybody is hyped for this movie.
Shit.
The box office should show that.
Lilo and Stitch is almost at $1
I
billion.
I said I'm hyped.
Fine, Lilo and Stitch almost at $1 billion, bro.
I said
How
I'm
is that
hyped for it.
possible?
Yeah,
Ricky,
I don't know.
Then they say everybody
How am I not being
online.
honest?
Then you said everybody online. Everybody want this type of goofy Superman. Y'all said this, not me. Y'all said these things. Box office got proven.
I said, people are excited for it, but I can't tell you how much. Like, it's gonna make $1 billion, but it's gonna be successful. That's what I say.
Well, listen. To be fair,
if it make under the Batman is unsuccessful. But this movie the budget for this movie is big. You see all this marketing they doing?
The Batman made what, almost 900. So if you saying
almost 800, it gotta make close to
700 some change. So
it gotta make close to
so if it makes 700, it's not successful. That's what you're saying.
No, look at the budget.
If it don't make 700, then Batman is the main character.
I'm aware of that, Rose. But what I'm saying is that if it makes 700, Batman is the main character of DC. Like, I'm not.
He is the foundation.
It's a good chance that this movie don't make 700.
Well, we don't have a Batman DCU. As far as DCU, it's probably gonna be Superman, right? Right now, anyway.
DCU.
So Vaughn, we have 50-50 with
Brother Raleigh is here.
If they don't, I already told you what I'm gonna do, my nigga.
Ricky Brown, what's the budget?
For what?
I'm gonna put you on timeout for a week, Vaughn.
For Superman, because I ain't
Superman?
It's 200 and it's like 250 for the marketing.
Yeah, 250 for the marketing, 225 for production. So
where these numbers coming from?
They ain't say 250 though, Rick. It said probably 800.
No, the marketing they said 250, Parker, because it's summer. Summer marketing is higher than regular marketing. What are you talking about?
I was told 200.
It's 250. It's 250.
Yeah,
I wasn't really told.
But the budget, like the budget, almost like 400.
Of course, for like 200 though.
The budget is like almost 400 altogether.
God damn.
It is.
I don't know about that.
Listen, they're paying for exclusive IMAX for the rest of July once it come out. Because you can't. I don't think you can watch Fantastic Four in IMAX because Superman got the exclusive rights to it.
No, that's not true.
That is true. What are you talking about?
We don't have it.
They do. They pay for this. They pay for the exclusive IMAX shit.
Where's the link? Where's the link that says that, Vaughn? Where's
that's what I'm saying. Go online right now. Like, they got Fantastic Four tickets out. I mean, what you talking about? I don't know about exclusive. Like,
well, here's what I know.
Listen, Vaughn,
I want to thank y'all for coming through. Listen, I got to get up out of here. We gonna go live tomorrow. I want to see Nico's skills in Street Fighter or some COD or something.
Yeah.
You know,
y'all ain't never gonna.
Just be consistent, man. Y'all said everybody wanted this lighthearted Superman.